Are you thinking about starting a YouTube channel? Well, over the past 3 years, I've gone from starting my channel as a hobby on the side to now it becoming my sustainable full-time income and job. And over that 3 years, I feel like I've learned quite a lot. I've still got so much to learn, but I have learned some things along the way. And if I was going to start my YouTube channel all over again right now, there are a few things I probably would do differently. The first thing is just that I would have started sooner or as soon as possible, pretty much. I actually did start a YouTube channel maybe 8 years ago or something like that, but I gave up on it. And I really wish I'd stuck with it looking back now. And there's kind of two parts to this for me. The first is obviously just the fact that over the period of 8 years rather than just 3 years, I would have gotten out a lot more content. I would have had a lot more practice and I would have just gotten better at it and further ahead just because I've been in it for longer. But the second part is kind of like, I think so many people wait to start a YouTube channel or wait to start creating content until they feel like they're actually ready to do it in the first place. Like they wait until they've got the right gear or they've got the confidence or they've got the right niche idea or the right YouTube channel name or whatever it is, which I think is possibly the biggest mistake or the biggest obstacle that you can make, because the thing I'm continually learning and reminding myself of is that the only way to get better at something is to actually do it and practice it. And you can't do that until you've actually started. So if you're thinking of starting a channel, just do it. Like even if you just film a video of you talking and upload that directly to YouTube without editing it or anything, like that's a start. Progress from there. The next thing I'll do differently is I would set consistent output goals and then figure out ways to make that actually achievable and sustainable. So for me, when I started my channel, I was working part-time, and so I could only dedicate a portion of my week to YouTube. But I think my mistake was that I was too focused early on things that really I can't control, like subscribers or views, when I really should have been focusing on what I can control, which is how much content I can output in a given week or in a given month, and then sticking to that. Because I think what happened was that I might have a bad month in terms of getting new subscribers and I'd feel discouraged and I'd lose motivation, and then I wouldn't end up posting a video for like another month or something like that. Same thing with views. Like I'd publish a video, I wouldn't get the views that I wanted, and I'd feel discouraged and I'd be like, oh, why am I even bothering with this YouTube thing? Like I'm not getting views, what's the point? And this resulted in me going stretches of sometimes like I think the worst was 3 months where I didn't post a single thing. But if I'd just had a regular schedule, like I said to myself, I'll publish one video once a fortnight and just do something. No matter how many views it gets, no matter how many subscribers I get from it, I would just publish a video every fortnight and just stick to it. And I honestly think I'd be a lot further ahead than I am even right now. The next huge thing for me is just really seriously considering my why, the reason why I'm making YouTube videos in the first place. Because I think for maybe the first 6 to 12 months, I was kind of like a bit vague on why I wanted to do it. And also I realized looking back now, the reasons why I was making videos in the early days were kind of for the wrong reasons. For example, one of the reasons why I wanted to start a channel in the early days is because I wanted to make some extra side income on top of my part-time job at the time. And the reason I kind of say that this is the wrong reason for starting a YouTube channel is because it's not really sustainable, particularly because in the first year or two of most YouTube channels, they don't really see much money at all. Like I probably made, I don't know, maybe $500 or $600 in the first year on my YouTube channel. And that's with literally hundreds of hours of work. And so when I'm not getting the results that I want for the reason why I'm doing this in the first place, it became really discouraging. I honestly thought maybe I should give up. So when I came to that point, I really had to sit down and really consider, why do I want to keep doing this? Do I want to keep doing this at all? And what it came back to for me was the fact that I wanted to really continue to develop my video skills just because I enjoy creating videos. And also I discovered through the process of just publishing videos that I really enjoyed just being able to make a small difference in other people's days. Like I'm only making a pretty small difference in someone's life, but the fact that I'm able to make any sort of difference at all really inspired me and motivated me and made me think, man, that's why I want to keep making videos. And so those two things have kind of been the main driving reasons why, and they've been so much more sustainable than just making YouTube videos to make some extra income on the side. Following on from that, I think a big mindset shift I'll potentially have if I was to start a new channel today was to really think about it in terms of the long term. Now for me, I thought that's how I thought when I first started my channel. To me, I was thinking 2 years ahead. And to me, that was the long term. Like surely in 2 years, I'll have like 100K subscribers and I'll be sweet. But I think the reality is like most things take a lot more time than that. And thinking in that mindset really, I think, sets you up for sustainable long-term growth and sustainability. Like now I'm thinking more in the realm of 5 to 10 years rather than 2 years, just because you really have to give things time to grow. You have to give yourself time to learn new skills. There's so many different skills when it comes to creating YouTube content. Finally, there's one other thing that I probably would do differently, but I don't regret not doing, if that makes sense. And that is to pick a niche. Now for me, in the first 12 months of my YouTube channel, I made all sorts of different types of content. Like I talked about finance, I talked about investing, books, tech. And that was mainly just because I didn't really have one particular topic that I was the most passionate about that I felt like I could create heaps of content on. However, the reason why I would be more specific today is just because that definitely will help you to grow faster. Like the more specific your content is, the more likely you are to draw a particular audience around that topic. And even today, I am a lot more niche than I used to be. And I've narrowed down to more of the tech sphere, even though it's still fairly broad. And I've seen a big difference in terms of my growth since I've done that. But the reason I'm glad that I didn't niche down early on is just because it gave me time to grow and develop my skills when it comes to videography, script writing, idea generation, all the different things that go into creating YouTube content. And so I'm personally glad that I didn't niche down too early and gave myself the space. But if you do have one topic that you're really passionate about and you genuinely think you could create heaps of content on for years, then by all means, I reckon you should just totally go for that. Everyone's journey, I think, when it comes to studying and growing a YouTube channel is going to be a bit different. And to me, that's kind of one of the most beautiful parts about YouTube as a job, is that it's really unique. Like no matter how abstract or unique or unusual your kind of interests or passions are, you can always find other people who are interested in the same sorts of things on YouTube. And that's honestly another reason why I enjoy creating content for a living, is because it helps me connect with other people who are interested in the same sorts of topics that I am. So yeah, I hope you got some sort of value out of that. If you did, leave me a like. It really helps me out. And if you are interested in a bit more of the back end of how I run my YouTube channel, then check out this video here where I share my process for coming up with YouTube video ideas. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you very soon in the next video.